set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Double tight. My 50, my 50. Ready. Black 22. Check the backer. Blaze up.
Rookie from SC, it's Ronald Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Hey, let's
They're
get
backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Alert. Green, triple C. Ready. Hey, sub. Let's go.
52, Mike, 52.
Here's Winston. And incomplete to open things up.
What you got?
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Let's go now.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
We got three down. Ready. Black 22.
45, Mike, 45. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Sonic.
Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
You ran into a brick wall, baby. You ran into a brick wall, baby.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Double tight. 4 down.
Ready. Blue 80. Sonic. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Here we go.
Green, triple C.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, linebacker, picks it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Get up! White!
Strong right. Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Shift! Gun!
Check 50.
They'll go for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
That's all you got?
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. All day, every day. Let's go. 12.
Double tight.
Hey,
On 2nd down, Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up down near the 5. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense,
Easy,
thank
easy.
you,
Hey,
a huge
sub,
thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. They get a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Out.
Ready. Blue ready. Let's go.
Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs.
Yeah.
But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Hey, let's get a conversion.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Sonic.
3 down.
Place that up. Place that up.
That comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with the pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's do it. This yours. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All day, baby. All day. Good job.
Hey, let's
They
get a
will
conversion.
face a 2nd and 9 now following the penalty.
Tight, double tight. Odd. 5 down. 5.
Ready. Blue ready.
Check 27.
Sonic. Let's go.
Winston. And Brady, the tight end's got him. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Shut down.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Sonic.
4 down.
Ready to go. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Winston on 3rd and 2.
I got it.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think not only did he say that, but he also told him, put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Good job, baby. Good job. Good stop, T.
Gun.
Good stop.
39.
Jam him.
2nd down. Here's Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And an early sack there for Tampa Bay. Charles, that is a welcome sight.
A sight for sore eyes, you might say, right? Just 22 sacks on the season in 2017.
Hey, let's
and
go.
they're hoping that some of their one-on-one guys can get home this year instead of having to scheme to try and get sacks.
And those 22 sacks last in the league a year ago. Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Chris Conte. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey, we got 4.
Ready. Blue ready.
45's the mic. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this.
Carry by Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
You going nowhere.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. We got 4.
Ready. Sonny. 25's a hot screen. Triple C.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Don't let him breathe.
Ready. Blue 80.
Play that tight D. Don't let him.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Green, Triple C.
Check.
That.
Check.
Now
45
whistles
to Mike.
here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Play action now. Winston.
We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like practice in that color jersey, not the one that you're throwing it to. Maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they had to still run the ball and on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Tight left.
12.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Let's go. 21.
3 down.
Gun. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon, it's the Falcon.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey. We got it.
On 1st down, Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
You let me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
No.
Green, Triple C.
Mike 52 right here. Mike 52.
Following the interception, Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Stop.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
I'm coming for you, 27. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
Going again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Bringing it in, Jackson left side.
You got nothing.
A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Give to Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You got him.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Sub. Let's go. Ready. Blue ready. Hey, sub.
2nd down, Winston. Dancing to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The Buccaneer first, Winston to Brate.
Double tight. Alert.
Again, goes to Jones. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
That's what I'm talking.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
Jameis on 2nd down. Side, and he's got a man. It's Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Switch. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
And now with the play clock almost to 0, Dirk Cutter's going to burn a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. The Bucs on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Run. Yeah, baby, boom. Double tight.
From the red zone now, Winston. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Out. 3 down.
Ready. Black 25's a hut.
5-2 is the mic.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
Jameis to throw it. Flushed out right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
3 down.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Rhino.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Okay, Betty, I see you.
Hey, let's do
2nd and goal from the 1.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Odd.
Here we go. Hey.
Stand up in.
5-0.
They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
The leg.
Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Gerald McCoy getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Watch the curl.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Chris Conte. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Atlanta.
Let's go.
Right after this timeout.
Here we go, even.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
Single.
On play action, Winston. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
Hands on the Ringo.
Sonic.
From the gun, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him,
58.
this time the break goes against him.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Finding room inside the 40. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line.
Get it.
31 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Move.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Quan Alexander in there to get him for a loss of 5.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Tight left. 3 down, 3 down. Mike's 5-4.
On the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
3 down, 3 down.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper.
3 down.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
Ready. Blue whitey. Hey, sub. Let's go. Hey, sub. Switch up.
They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out left. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Hey,
So
let's get
following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
My 50. Sonic.
Hey, 4 down.
Sonic. Boys, head up.
Kill.
Shift. White. White 25 to hot.
Final play of the half here, Winston. Buying time to his left. And this one is incomplete. So we up. You sure you're ready for the 3rd quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset.
4 down.
But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Ryan on the handoff. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Get him, boy.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
21.
Hey, watch Sam.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Watch the curl.
A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Tuesday.
54's
Space.
Mike, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Brent Grimes. He's at the 30, 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Point after now from Catanzaro. This is blocked.
Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go. It's a wrap.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably
21.
help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get them settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Timeout called by Atlanta.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
tryna get you that Benz, turning that party up. Used to have a my Nautica. You know the money be calling up. Friend, I'm tryna all of ya. Talking about it ballin', watch this. Started let me too quick. Went to Oakland with a few. Took 'em all you break. Dip, yeah. Imagine what I paid for the rollie. Still from the police. 24 carats of my Kobe. Yeah. That for the homies. I'm addicted to ballin'. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands. I'm addicted to ballin'. I'm addicted to ballin'. I have to get my ends.
I like when birds come in. Sounds like I see seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brett. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the beam in the flat. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, the man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they screaming.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Hey, let's get a conversion.
Double tight.
Easy. Green, 26.
Winston out to throw on first down.
Switch.
It's caught by Mike Evans. The 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 79 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead.
Nice touchdown, baby. Keep working.
Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board or your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston now. Evans has it left side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it, not abandon it just yet, and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big run there by Freeman. Give him 53 yards on the ground. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
4 down, check. 4 down,
now Ryan. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
He'll look to run with Freeman. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Even. 4 down, even.
Ready. Blue ready. Green, triple C.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
Green, triple C.
Here we go.
Play fake. Winston. And Brady, tight end's got it. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Follow.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, baby.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Probably to something a little more advantageous.
Throw left side complete. It's Jackson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
6 guy. Check 6.
Hey, gun. Gun.
Play fake here on 1st down. And now he's going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Matt Ryan, and that's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Sonic!
On 1st and 10, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw, Winston. The middle, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Double tight.
Green, triple C.
Alert. 3 down.
Hey, sub.
1st down, Winston. Now he'll escape to his left. It's caught inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And he's got this one down to the 10. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Lay down.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Hey, base. Hey. 5-0. Easy. 5-0, okay?
2nd down, it's Jones. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Here we go, even.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down. What I like to say. Yeah, well, that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Let's go. It's time to play.
They come out here in the eye.
Where's that?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Winston. He's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Got three down.
That'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Watch the safety creep.
Let's go, let's
Time
convert.
for a full start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down.
To throw is Winston. Hard throw, incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will give him a 12-point lead. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
So out come the Falcons now. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, 22! Not at all. It's almost like a
3 down.
bases clearing double. Just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease and they can run through it. Didn't happen on that play.
Complete to Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Hey, let's go.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down.
He's going to give it to Freeman.
Check hot route. Hot.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets us into enemy territory across the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38.
3 down.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still. Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Crash.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Hey, let's go.
Coming to you. Right there.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Hot.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Ready. Mike 25.
Mike 54.
Wait.
Watch the curl.
20. Here we go.
They'll take to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Right side caught by Ridley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
22!
Kill.
On third down, it's Coleman. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Three down. Hey, fellas,
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now Matt Bryant, who spent 4 seasons in a Buccaneer uniform. This from 25 yards. And Bryant's kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This will be taken short.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Double tight.
My 50.
Hey, 4 down.
Ready to go.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Shifts by him at the 25. And some room to work. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 91 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Over 100 yards here in the first half.
And partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. Let's see if they can do better now.
Let's just go ahead and about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Super tough.
On second down, Freeman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Get up! 21!
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Who's on 85?
11.
Let's get this.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Hey, 5-0.
This is Jones. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Go!
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
5-0. Ready? Black 25.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Jameis to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to another right after this timeout. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because then you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
He's going to rifle one deep, and Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Buccaneers are finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this path. I need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now for the holding penalty. Ryan. The left side completion to Jones.
Crash.
A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 48 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, between tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
He wasn't ready.
Hey, Tuesday. Wait. 21.
Got 4 down.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
All day, baby.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end pass rush. They've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync is the only way to play good defense.
Caught on the right side by Jones.
Our time. It's our time.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Quads.
Wait!
Hey, 58 is a mic. Ready for that?
Now it's Ryan. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Let's go.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Out the middle, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Wait!
Hey, we are.
Ryan. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Last stop.
Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
I never want to do something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On third down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. They convert on third with a gain of 22. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and this regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, completion.
And there is a flag, so a big second down pickup, but will it hold? So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Let's
Now
go.
they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Even. 4 down.
Bryant will throw again. Connects with Sanu right side.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Get up!
Ryan now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Wait! Let it go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of
Get
blitzing
up!
often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Odd. 3 down. Odd.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. It doesn't matter whether you play man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to and had just enough to get it done.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
4 down.
Here's Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys up to make tackles.
They go play action here on 1st down. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. Winston to his big play receiver, Jackson, 45 yards.
Hey, let's get
So
conversion.
on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Blaze, head up. Blaze, head up.
Now Winston. Pass incomplete. So the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, we'll credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
4 down.
2nd down, Winston. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, Sub!
5 down. Stand up in.
Throwing again. Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. Just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he comes back with one complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Now stop him in his tracks. The throw is Ryan. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know the benefits from all those empty seats? You and me trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And
Let's
that'll
go,
bring
let's
up
go,
a
let's go.
2nd and 11.
Woo, baby. Get him, boys.
Sonic!
Boys.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
Check my
Sonic!
Winston now. Over the middle to Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's it, baby.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Let it go!
The throw is Winston.
5 down. Stand up in.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helped.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they catch him for 6. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Nifty move. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 26.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
And they try to sweep to Jones. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situation that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
Third and short yardage. Winston forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
This is taken around the 12. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It was actually a return that they were going to be very proud of, but when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
21!
3 down. Hey, let's go!
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. The Falcons on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Now Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Let's go.
Bunch set. Check 20.
On first down, Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 2nd and 10 now, Ryan. Sutton with a grab over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, it's Coleman. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, it's Ryan. Ryan hit and lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit. Make sure about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big players up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw, Winston. And Brait, the tight end's got it. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Sonic.
Jameis to throw it. Dancing to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Caught by Stu. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On third down, it's Coleman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. On first and 10, it's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yards because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Come on, QB, come on.
Picked off by Brent Grimes. Accelerating, and off he goes. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Woo-hoo, interception.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk the injury. Here's Ryan. It's Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Bunch. Got to get the point. Get on the point right here.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jim. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 23.
Check, bunch set.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And now here is another interception. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of the player is the 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports.
Hey,
after this.
Let's go.
Right, boys, tight end to the right. Move.
Jameis on second down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Rameek Wilson not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Alert, alert.
Green, Trevor C. Sonic. Where's that up?
Throwing, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That's really nice coverage there. I'm not sure he would have gotten to the first down marker anyway, but boy, oh boy, did they blanket him.
A short throw, but he really didn't have many options. Had to force it in, well, he didn't have to, but he chose to force it in somewhere. Incomplete.
Yeah, now it brings up 4th down.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game?
For a lot of coaches,
to be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Tight end right. We got 3 down.
From the shotgun, Ryan flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. You can expect more passes like that downfield. And he will find Ridley on the left side.
We got 3.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about it.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Let's go now.
Check 52.
Sonic.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Sonic.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And that is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
On third down, Winston. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So out come the Falcons now.
11.
They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
Let's see what they do here in this last sequence. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Gun.
Hey, guys, check me out.
Wait!
3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
Let's go!
One last shot for Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep. And now here is another interception. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bucs, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be...